is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So over the next few coming days, we're going to be doing a little bit of a few rebuilds that kind of intertwine with each other in a way, and I'll describe that here why in a second. So the first one we're starting off with today is a LeBron James Golden State Warriors rebuild today. The reason why we're starting off with this rebuild is because I was kind of looking up some rumors, trade rumors, or whatever I could kind of come up with to do some videos today, and this one popped up. The Warriors could acquire Andrew Wiggins, or could acquire LeBron James for trade package centered on Andrew Wiggins. So we know LeBron's future is kind of up in the air. Obviously, he wants to eventually play with Bronny, and the Lakers right now are pretty disappointing this season. So basically, over the next few coming days, what we're going to try to do is we're going to be doing a LeBron James Warriors rebuild today, a Anthony Davis Chicago Bulls rebuild tomorrow, and then on Sunday or Monday, we'll be doing a Lakers rebuild with those two trades in it to kind of restart the Lakers, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I have in mind, and I thought it'd be fun since Lakers are in such a weird spot. So maybe the Lakers start selling some players away, put themselves in a better situation. And we're starting off with this today. I do realize in a way this ultimately doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, it does in a way, but at the same time it does not. So basically this is just a what if kind of thing. So I saw Anthony Davis could request a trade to Chicago, rumor, and then I saw LeBron James obviously kind of hinting at a little bit of things in his coming future, whether that's going back to Cleveland or whatever, or playing with Bronny, whatever that is. So today we're doing this one. So I thought it was interesting. So let's take a look at the trade. So it's Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, Moses Moody, the 30th pick in the draft, 26th first round pick for LeBron James. So the Golden State Warriors get LeBron James to pair up with Steph, Clay, and Draymond, which is just kind of interesting to really think about it. So the reason why something like this could happen is because LeBron James has 1 year left on his contract. So basically what could happen is LeBron James could play with the Golden State Warriors for at least like one season, get himself another championship, and then he can go play with Bronny James when he gets drafted eventually, or he can play with the Warriors for multiple years, whatever. So just like that, I thought that could make some sense. So LeBron James will have to play until he's like 41, I think, if he wants to play with Bronny, because I believe Bronny is going to be able to enter the 2024 NBA draft, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we're going to be keeping LeBron James here. I do want to extend him eventually as well. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting rebuild. It's Draymond, Clay, and Steph, and of course paired up with LeBron James. So also, there's been some rumors in the past about LeBron James and Stephen Curry potentially playing together. And while that was with the Lakers when Stephen Curry's contract wasn't extended yet, we're doing it here on the Golden State Warriors. So, and then LeBron James gets out of the mess that is the Lakers right now, who have barely any assets. So that's another reason why we're kind of doing this. So we're filling out the coaching staff, and that is all filled out. Let's go to the player options. So we don't have a draft pick anymore from LeBron James trade. So going straight to player options, this is going to be the Warriors team for the foreseeable future. This is going to be interesting. And then Jordan Poole could eventually get paid as well. And I'm sure the Warriors wouldn't mind paying the luxury tax in order to win another championship. Because compare LeBron James and Stephen Curry. Now, while LeBron James is 37, he is still a pretty good player, obviously. More than pretty good. So now it's a very interesting starting five. The only thing this team could really use is maybe a center who can just obviously block, get rebounds. That's it. That's all we really need him to do. Play defense and get rebounds. That's all we need the center to do. So we're going to look for that in free agency right now. So let's go see what we can afford. So Al Horford could be that guy. Mason Plumlee, Montrezl Harrell, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevon Looney will probably end up bringing back. We have a no trade, or we have bird rights on him, I should say. So that's going to be good for us. Serge Ibaka, Tristan Thompson. I mean, any of these guys can, even Andre Drummond could make sense for that role as well. So kind of like the idea of maybe getting one of those guys. Montrezl Harrell is cool, sounds cool as well, but I'm going to go for Andre Drummond to be the guy on this team for the next 3 years. Hopefully I don't renounce. Do I have to renounce? No, I do not. So I can get Drummond and Kevon Looney. Obviously, we don't have James Wiseman anymore because we traded him. So I'm just going to renounce that. And then we'll sign Kevon Looney as well. So we'll get Drummond and Kevon Looney to be our couple of pair of centers, to be those rim running centers we need them to be. So Stephen Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson. You got LeBron James, Draymond Green, John Kuminga, and then Kevon Looney and Andre Drummond. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically could use a backup guard, and then we're good. So I think we're going to go ahead and re-sign Gary Payton to be on this team. So Gary Payton's been a pretty good player for the Warriors, so we'll sign him. And then last but not least, is there anything else we could do? Maybe get like David Nwaba or something like that. So I think that's going to be our team. It's going to be an interesting one. Even get Maxi Kleber as well if we wanted to. But I think I'm cool with what we have. So this is the roster. Gary Payton, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, LeBron James, David Nwaba, and then Draymond Green, Kuminga. Kevon Looney, Andre Drummond. So I'm kind of interested and curious to see how this team is going to do now that LeBron James is here. So Andrew Wiggins was a very nice fit for the Warriors, but I guess if they wanted to go for that home run hitter, then they could do this. And then, of course, like I said, the Lakers start to collect some assets that they don't have. They get a young player in James Wiseman. Then I guess you still have Taylor Horton-Tucker as well. They also got Moses Moody. So maybe those two could develop into something. And, of course, you could trade Anthony Davis to Chicago and get like Patrick Williams, Kobe White, a couple things there maybe. And you're on your way. So I don't know. We're going to kind of do that Lakers rebuild here soon as well, because I think that'd be fun. So if you guys enjoy this video, enjoy this kind of mini series we're about to, it's not really a series, but it's kind of like rebuilds that intertwine together. Leave a like, and of course subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for that. Let's go ahead and celebrate this next season. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props website that allows you to go over or unders on NBA players. That way you watch the game and have a lot of fun with it. So for example, this is what it would look like on desktop. Also kind of looks like this obviously on your phone, but you just simply pick 2, 3, 4, 5 players, however many you want to choose. You just simply click over, under, whatever you want to do. And then you can either 3 times your money, 5 times your money, even 10 times your money, as long as you get all 4 right. Even if you wanted to do power plays or flex plays, it really does not matter. Either way, it works out however you want it to. So if you guys want to join Prize Picks, the link's in the description. Use my promo code Crushables when you sign up. I'm sure you guys already kind of knew what the rotation looked like, but just in case you wanted to see it on paper, it's Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, LeBron James, Draymond Green, Andre Drummond as the center, Jordan Poole, Kevon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, and Gary Payton. So yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Proficiency wise, this should be a 5-star system, right? No, it's not. 4.5. I guess we don't have like an elite center, so I guess that could be the reason why. We could be 4.5 in a lot of spots, but I'll just leave it at pace and space because LeBron, Klay, Stephen Curry, and Draymond fit this perfectly. So we're going to leave it the way it is now. We're going to simulate to the end of this season with LeBron James and Stephen Curry, Klay, and Draymond. And I'm very curious to see how this team's going to do. Are they going to go like 70? Are they going to go win 70 games? Or is this team like going to suck because 2K simulation is weird? Let's see what happens. So on the Golden State Warriors, LeBron James ends up winning MVP. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 54% from the field, 77% from free throw, and 3-point percentage, 38%. Dyson Daniels, Rookie of the Year on the Wizards. Karis LeVert, 6-man on the Cavaliers. And then Giannis, Defensive Player. And Kevin Huerter's your most improved. And Steve Kerr, 72-10. So we tied the Bulls record. We're not able to beat, obviously, the Warriors record that they set, 73-9 with the Harrison Barnes roster. And then Junior Arthur is your Executive of the Year. Although that is technically me, even though I barely have done anything. I just put LeBron James on the Warriors. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened. All-NBA first team, Luka, Trae Young, LeBron James, Tatum, and Nikola Jokic. All-NBA second team, LaMelo Ball, De'Aaron Fox, Giannis, Kevin Durant, and Embiid. Did Stephen Curry still make an All-NBA third team? Yes, he did. Okay, so Stephen Curry's still on an All-NBA team, Offensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So no Draymond Green and no Klay. And then All-Rookie first team, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Green. The rookies are kind of messed up. That's just how it goes in this file, but whatever. So let's go take a look at the player stats real quick. Sky, I'm curious to see what Stephen Curry averaged. So he still averaged more than LeBron at 27 points per game. Klay Thompson had 17, 15 from Jordan Poole, then 13 and 10 from Drummond. So Drummond was solid like I need him to be. Kuminga 11 off the bench. So yeah, this team definitely was built very nicely. And then something you also have to realize, this means Stephen Curry has played with Kevin Durant and then LeBron James too. And then obviously Klay and Draymond have both played with those guys too. So we got to take that into account. So that's kind of interesting. But we do have to resign LeBron James this offseason in order to keep the team intact. Probably will give him like a 1-year extension, I would imagine. I probably should have checked it out to see if I could have extended him earlier. Let's see what he's feeling like right now. LeBron James, let's see what his overall thoughts are. Overview. I'm lit with how things are going. I never look at this. They actually put lit. That's kind of funny. With how things are going, I strive to be one of the best. So being All NBA means a lot to me. Being named MVP is one of the greatest accomplishments you can be bestowed. I feel any better than I do now. And contract that, I have not made up my mind, but my agent and I both agree that resigning with the Warriors would be a good career move. So looks like Rich Paul is on board with the LeBron James signing with the Warriors. So I would imagine LeBron James signs like another 1-year deal, and then he'll be free to go play with his son wherever he gets drafted. And I'm sure LeBron at that point would sign whatever, which actually we literally might go that far in this video where we put LeBron James on whatever team drafts Bronny and see how it goes. We might actually do that. Why not? So somebody current round against Minnesota Timberwolves, and we sweep them, which no surprise. Now we get to play the LA Clippers. We got Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi, Morris, Aldridge, Norm Powell, somebody current round. And oh, we almost lost to the Clippers, but thankfully we were able to get it done. And now we're playing the Grizzlies, which the Grizzlies are pretty good. But I mean, we have a army, and then we have the Milwaukee Bucks, which this one would be a movie. You got Giannis going up against one of the best super teams the NBA has ever probably established, somebody current round, and we sweep the Milwaukee Bucks. So we go on to win it all. Stephen Curry's your Finals MVP. As long as LeBron James doesn't retire, we should be able to accomplish. Yeah, if he didn't retire this offseason, I think we're going to be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So LeBron James is not retired, which is great. So we're going to be able to put LeBron James in whatever team drafts Bronny. I don't believe it's this offseason. I think it's the next offseason where Bronny gets drafted. So this is going to be cool. I think this will be a fun little video. Did not expect it to go this way, but we're definitely going to do it. So staff signing, we're going to leave that all the same other than getting a shot doctored real quick. So there's really not much to me to do. Obviously, we have like literally the best team possible. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. You kind of understand, like, there's not much for me to do. It's already a good-ass team. Like, what am I supposed to do? So, I don't think we had a draft pick, and actually we did. We had Alex Fudge coming into the Warriors. Draymond Green accepts, and Kuminga accepts. And then qualifying offers got Jordan Poole, who we got to give a big fat contract to. And then, of course, LeBron James. Like I said, we're going to sign him. And like I said, I think LeBron James would be, like, more than willing to sign, like, a one-year contract and then go, and then he'll be free to obviously go wherever he wants to go. So LeBron James, 1-year extension, does end up signing it. So we'll get LeBron James back to be a Golden State Warrior. And then next offseason, he can go play with Bronny, which will probably end his career from there. And then I'm sure he'll want to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then LeBron James could leave one of the best legacies we've ever seen, which it will be sad when LeBron James retires. I know there's a lot of people that don't like LeBron, but you got to give respect where it's due. You know what I mean? So we're going to get a wing player. Or wait, do you need Jordan Poole back? What am I talking about? So we're going to wait till after restricted free. Wait, we're out of moratorium. What am I talking about? Let's get Jordan Poole back. Apparently he's going to get like a fat extension. So I'm just going to give him that. And then we'll give him that. And then do we have a full rotation? I see Dinwiddie as a guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and we have Alex Fudge as well. So I'm cool. I'm content with it. So let's go see what we can do. Jonathan Kuminga, 81. Kevon Looney, 79. No one's going down in overall. I did fix peak end ages a little bit. That way, Draymond Green's not down to like a 70 whatever overall at one point. Because honestly, I think as long as the roster is good, Draymond Green is going to give his heart out. I mean, he's an energy guy. He's going to definitely try. There's going to be times where Draymond Green said it best on his podcast with Damian Lillard. He said, you know, some people were saying Draymond Green fell off, but he just wasn't interested in playing. Like, literally just wasn't interested in playing because the Warriors were so bad, which could make some sense. But power ranking is number 1. So I am curious and interested to see if we could maybe beat our 72-10 record from last year, the 73-9 record. We are 5-star system proficiency now. So here we go. We're going to simulate another season. And like I said, after this, we'll put LeBron James on whatever team Bronny James gets drafted to. Jason Tatum wins MVP. Victor wins Rookie Year on the Rockets. Kuminga is your 6th man on the Warriors. So what a stud. I'm glad we were able to keep him in the trade, and Steve Kerr Coach of the Year. So we didn't go 72-10. The Lakers are the 7th seed, and we're the 1st seed. So it'd be fun if we could actually play the Lakers. And we get the Portland Trailblazers. So we almost did get the Lakers, though. That would have been fun. Playing Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Wendell Moore, Paolo Banchero, Yusuf Nurkic. So definitely an interesting team in Portland. Let's go take a look at the player stats now. So that's playoff stats, my apologies. So player stats we can take a look at. We had 25 from Stephen Curry, 23 from LeBron, 16 from Klay, and 16 from Kuminga, and 13 from Andre Drummond. So simulating current round against the Portland Trailblazers. Let's see if LeBron James can win another ring. He does. Now we get to play the Clippers, who almost beat us last year. Can they do it this time? And no, they don't even get close this time. Now we get to play the Grizzlies. John Morant, Bane, Conchar, Jackson, Xavier Tillman. It's almost too easy. Yeah, never mind. We actually lose. We actually lose to the Memphis Grizzlies. So LeBron James is a free agent again. And he doesn't. I don't think he retired again, just to make sure. I do want to put him on whatever team Bronny James gets drafted to. So just to be sure, he is not retired. He is jubilant. He is very still jubilant. Okay, let's go to the draft lottery. And I kind of want to see, like I said, who is going to have the chance. I don't even know where Bronny James is supposed to get drafted, to be honest with you. If I'm just going to be completely transparent, I have no idea who's supposed to take him. So whoever drafts Bronny gets LeBron James. We're going to take over that team, and we're going to find a way to sign LeBron James. That's how it's going to go. So let's go. I don't even know why I'm filming this. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. We're probably going to be done with the Warriors in a second. So let's jump into the draft, and let's actually just sit back and watch it a little bit. Sacramento Kings are now on the clock. They take Kwame Evans Jr. out of Richmond. Okay, fine. Good pick, I guess. The New York Knicks are on the clock. DJ Wagner. All right. Imagine they take Bronny here. LeBron James to the New York Knicks. Jalen Washington. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. Number 4 to the San Antonio Spurs. Bronny James goes to San Antonio. Looks like LeBron James is going to go play with Greg Popovich. If Greg Popovich is still coaching the Spurs, I don't even know if he's coaching them. But Bronny James to the San Antonio Spurs. Interesting. So we are now on the San Antonio Spurs, and to be honest with you, I have no idea what this team looks like right now. So they have Bradley Beal, DeJounte Murray, Keon Johnson. Okay, this actually just makes it make even more sense. LeBron James could play with Bradley Beal a little bit. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and then of course they drafted Bronny James, and then Murray's a free agent. So I wonder if we're gonna have to renounce Murray in order to sign LeBron, which, I mean, in the legit way, obviously I could just sign LeBron to a minimum contract, because I think LeBron has obviously said that, you know, at that point, the money is not gonna matter. He has no good offers. So can we offer LeBron James a crazy contract? We cannot. So I think the only way you can get LeBron James to sign here is obviously if we give him like a minimum contract. So I'm not even gonna worry about signing LeBron James outright. I'm actually gonna re-sign DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray, welcome back to San Antonio. We're going to renounce Doug McDermott. And then LeBron James, you're welcome to sign, obviously, that contract I need you to sign. But we got Devin Vassell as a free agent as well. So looking at the team, it's DeJounte Murray, Bronny James, Bradley Beal, and Joshua Primo, Keldon Johnson, Michael Foster, Patrick Baldwin, and then you got Isaiah Hartenstein. So kind of want to put a better center here, definitely. So are we able to sign one? Got Zubac. I guess we could sign like Zubac to be the center. That'd be fine. So we'll sign Zubac, and then we'll go ahead and get ourselves LeBron James on this roster as well to pair alongside Mr. Bronny James. So LeBron James is now on the San Antonio Spurs to play with his son, Bronny James Jr., which is just interesting to say the least. Now, I do realize this kind of hasn't really been much of a rebuild. It's been more of a simulation, but if I would have titled it simulation, none of you guys would have clicked on the video. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just I have to put rebuild in the title. So Bronny James, DeJounte Murray, Beal, Joshua Primo. Now LeBron James, Keldon Johnson, Michael Foster, Patrick Baldwin, and then you got Zubac and Isaiah Hartenstein. So this is the team that we have in San Antonio. Let's go straight to player progression and kind of see how it's looking. And wait, is Greg Popovich still the head coach on this team? I have to look. He is. Yeah, he is. So LeBron James and Greg Popovich playing together. That's pretty cool as well. So we're going to sign a guard guru. Just kidding. I don't think we have. Okay, we don't have enough. Never mind. So we can't do that. All right. Let's just go straight to this next season. Let's look at the rotation. LeBron James' career went to Golden State for a couple seasons. Now he's ending it off here in San Antonio and going to be playing with Bronny James. So, yeah, interesting. Let's go see what this is about to look like. Rotation, power ranking lands is number 7. So this is what the rotation looks like. It's DeJounte Murray. They want to start Devin Vassell over Bradley Beal, which is very interesting to me. I'm going to move this. It's probably because the system fit, I assume. Yeah. It's going to be the proficiency-wise, which is why that is the way it is. I want to run a 9-man rotation, not an 11. So, can we please put Bradley Beal back in there? That makes no sense. And Bronny James is coming off the bench, I guess, because we do have DeJounte Murray. So, we'll have Bradley Beal come in as, obviously as a starter, because that makes more sense in my opinion. So, DeJounte Murray, Bradley Beal, LeBron James. So, not a terrible team for LeBron James to end his career off with. Zubac, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Bronny James, and then Joshua Primo. Got Patrick Baldwin here as well. So, like I said, not too bad of a team. Proficiency-wise, we're 4-star balanced. And we're going to submit this rest of the season. And we're going to see if maybe LeBron James and Bronny can win a championship together here in San Antonio under Greg Popovich. So, this will be interesting to see. Let's see what happens. So, Stephen Curry ends up winning MVP. You got Cody Kelly, Rookie of the Year. Trey Mann is your 6th man on the Trailblazers. Giannis Defensive Player. Then Alec Poskoshevsky on the Bucks wins Most Improved. And Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year, 66 and 16. So it looks like the Warriors were still very good. We ended up being the 4th seed in the West. LeBron James at 40 years old. I obviously moved his contract down because realistically, he obviously would have to take a minimum contract in order to come play with Bronny James in San Antonio. So 24 points from LeBron, 21.5 from Bradley Beal, 15 and then 13 from Bronny James, and then 15 from DeJounte Murray. All right, here we go. Simulating against the Utah Jazz. This is what our team looks like compared to theirs. They have Siakam and Gobert. Still have Donovan Mitchell. We did a Trading Mitchell Jazz rebuild yesterday. If you've not watched it, it was pretty interesting. Somebody current round, and we are going to... Okay, we were up 3-0 at one point, but now we're going to a Game 7, which is just scary in my opinion, because I would love to play the Golden State Warriors if possible here. So let's please beat the Jazz if possible. I would like to win a championship with LeBron James again. That would be very cool. And it looks like we kind of come back in the end here. And we do it. 127-143. We're on to the second round. We get to play either Portland or Golden State. And the Portland Trailblazers end up upsetting the Warriors. Okay. That is what I would have loved to have seen a few years ago. But we got Damian Lillard, Simons, Wendell Moore, Nurkic, Alo Banchero, Trey Mann, Baisley, and Nikola Jovic. All right. Game 1. We're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. Okay. 3-0. And we sweep the Portland Trailblazers. We're in the Western Conference Finals. Now we get to play the Houston Rockets. Gene Montero, Jalen Green, Bey, Jabari, Victor, Miles Turner. Okay. Is LeBron James going to get the fairy tale ending that he would love to have? Let's see. 2-2. 3-2. Man, imagine if LeBron James could win a championship with Bronny, though, at the very end of his career. That would be kind of crazy, low-key. That would be like the first time I feel like that's ever happened. So we have to force a game 7, though. LeBron, I need you on your yeah, it's not happening. I need you on your 3-1 comeback type beat, and it's just not happening. 119-95. Only 19 points from LeBron. I mean, he's 40 years old. What can he really do? Bradley Beal, you were underwhelming as well. But hey, we made it to the Western Conference Finals with Bronny, which was cool. More or less, this video was more or less more of a simulation than it was a rebuild. But I thought it was fun to kind of go back with you guys and see how LeBron James' career could end, to end it out. Go to the Warriors for a couple years. Although that would look a little weird in his legacy. So I don't know if that would exactly happen. But the Lakers, we have to all admit, are in a rough spot right now. And they really are. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what the Lakers have up their sleeve. I don't know if Rob Pelinka will eventually get fired because LeBron James wants him gone. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables, and peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.